Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 30th, 2017, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, few things coming out. Starting out 2:15 South Africa time, we have preliminary ADP Non-Farm Payroll numbers coming out, and that's at 2:15. And then at 2:30 South African time, USD pre-quarterly GDP numbers that are coming out. And then, of course, our weekly oil inventories coming out at 4:30 South African time. So just as a heads up, Friday's non-farm payroll, big number as we're entering the latter session of the last quarter of 2017. September, October, November, December is the last quarter. So just keep in mind also that you have a lot of expirations coming up next week, including oil. Many of the indices will be expiring next month, and we'll just be looking at that just momentarily. But lots going on in the markets for the last week of the summer, but let's see what's been happening. So we're going to start out with the EURUSD here. As you can see, we hit above 120 like a rocket, okay? But we had a quick correctional move right there, and that might be just a turnaround for a short correction that might come back down to this 119-ish level. It's really hard to say how far we could retrace, but you should still look at this as really being very strong. I would say 119-ish level is our next real support level, but it might not even come down there. But look at this. I mean, since the beginning of when we drew this line, okay, if you guys remember, I gave a presentation on Andrew's pitchfork, which was one of the indicators that we use here. And you see that we set up this trend line and we never really crossed this trend line on the 4-hourly and the daily. On the daily, we touched it just about here on the daily, but at the time when we looked at the 4-hour chart, we never really touched it. So, speaking of which, this is what you call trading the trend. Okay, when you buy something, you wait until it retraces, you continue buying it, you continue buying it. There's no reason for this not to hit much higher than this if it's trading with this veracity, with this momentum, to hit 125 before the end of the year. Now, who am I to say that we're going to hit that? I'm not sure that we're going to hit that, but with the trade in motion, with the law of motion, which states that something continues going into the direction that it's going until otherwise corrected, we should hit 125. Okay, so that's still my target. And as we can see, we got a little bit closer yesterday. But just keep an eye on this later today to see if there is a correctional move back down to this 119-ish level. Looking at the GBPUSD, just a little bit of a retracement yesterday. As you can see, we're back down to 129.26, which is a support level. So it might be a good place to actually buy this on the anticipation that it's going to continue going up higher. Looking at gold, big move for gold yesterday. 1322, and this is what we were talking about. We mentioned this yesterday, that we broke out and we continued breaking out. Now, correctional move here, but remember, support, resistance becomes support. So right here at 1293, I'm looking for a little bit of a support line if it does retrace up into this level. So that's something to look at as well. Looking at the USD Japanese yen, big rally here, 108.48 to 109.84. Looking at that, that's a major retracement for the Japanese yen, having something to do with Kim Un-jun, the North Korea dictator, if you call him, flying a missile over Japan. Okay, a lot of unsettlement there. But as you can see, it retraces, okay, but we haven't gone to this 108 level in a long time. So it's holding this line, technically speaking, on this level of 108.97. So just, the next time we do falter it, we may actually break it. So keep an eye on that as well. Looking at oil, we're further down, okay, which is really, I mentioned this earlier in the week after Hurricane Harvey devastated southeastern Texas, which disrupts the flow of oil in the United States. Oil is actually, the prices of gasoline has gone up in the United States. And as such, that's something to consider, that the price is actually going down. So relative weakness in play here, and we're going lower. So we actually could hit $42, $43 a barrel. So look at that as that unfolds as well. Looking at the Dow Jones surprising us yesterday with a rally up, finally broke its momentum on the downside. Looked like it was going to break down. As you see my previous daily review yesterday, We were actually anticipating that it would break down. It did not. It held the line and then some. So we're finally breaking out of this downwards trend, but let's see if we can sustain this momentum. Okay, it hasn't proven to me yet that it's still, going to break its higher highs, and we're going back to the top here. So just keep an eye on this as well. But we have solidified that we have a support level of 21,626, as you can see here, since we touched it several times. So I'd like to see a little bit more momentum here to seeing that, hey, we're going to continue going up. Okay, my guess is that we may go back to 22,000, 28,950-ish level, and then maybe making a retracement as we get into the first week of September. Now, another thing to note is next Monday is Labor Day. Okay, that's a national holiday in the United States. Many of the indices, many of the commodities will be affected by the holiday trading session. So just keep an eye out for a mailer about your specific symbol that you're trading. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.